So in an economy built off debt, having access to capital is literally a gift. When you think about having a strong credit score and a strong credit profile, giving you access to high limit credit funding is literally a superpower in our economy, especially when you're referring to credit cards. Let's think about some of the benefits. With credit cards, you have safety, security, and efficiency per purchase. In most cases, you're going to have purchase protections, and you're going to have wide adoption, allowing you to use credit cards almost anywhere for almost any type of purchase. You're going to also have the benefits for access to capital in case of emergencies or unplanned expenses. You have savings capability with credit cards due to the various insurances and extended warranties that are offered on credit cards once you get to the mid and higher tier credit cards. You also have the beautiful gift of earning capacity with credit cards. So on top of everything else, now you have the ability to actually earn money for your everyday purchases. We're talking about straight cash back, points that you can use for online purchases or statement credits, and the almighty cream of the crop, travel rewards, which in many cases can be used for many magnitudes in value over the original points that you were offered. So you can have experiences that you may not have normally ever experienced, or it may have taken you years to save for, covered all by your credit card purchases that you already make. So when you start thinking about high limit credit funding, you also have to consider the amazing benefits of access to capital towards business ventures and investments. The economy we're built on encourages this. It's written into the tax code. It's embedded in our society to use leverage to get into business and to get into various investments. So what are the secret ingredients that unlock all these amazing benefits to allow you to get access to personal and actually business high limit credit funding? We're going to cover those ingredients in this video. This is JP from Blueprint for Prosperity, helping you to increase your net worth through relationship banking, maximizing your borrowing capacity, the proper use of life insurance, and the ownership of real estate. Like the clip, subscribe to the channel. I'm uploading content on a daily basis to help you customize your blueprint for prosperity. So when we start talking about some of the different ingredients that are needed to get access to high limit credit funding, the first and most obvious one is a strong credit score and a strong credit profile. You have to understand lenders are essentially fundamentally looking for good long-term investments in those who they lend to. And that for them means that the borrower has demonstrated a strong ability to repay on other lending products, on other types of debt and similar types of debt. And your credit score and credit profile reflect this information. So this is probably the number one and the most common sense one that you're going to need to unlock high limit credit funding. You're going to need to demonstrate your ability to repay and your borrowing behavior, your financial behavior, and your credit report collects that information, calculates it into a score and a neat profile that the lenders can look through in underwriting and say, this person is who I want to lend this money to. The next thing that you're going to want to have to consider is lenders lend based on what they've seen you handle before. So that means you're thinking about other lenders and the limits that they've offered you on your report. So let's stick to credit cards to make this easy. When you have, let's just say, a few credit cards on your report, we'll say 3. You go to the 4th lender looking to get your next credit card. If they don't have any other data points, one of the biggest, observations they're going to make in potentially lending to you is going to be other lenders trusting you, how you treated other lenders, and how much you've been trusted with. So if you have 3 other credit cards and each of them are $1,000 limits, then you can't go to lender number 4 and expect them to give you a $5,000 or $7,000 limit. It's not that highly likely to happen. There could be other data points at play. Maybe you got those smaller limits when you had a lot less in income, etc. So there's other factors to that. But generally speaking, assuming that all is the same from when you applied to the last credit card, a lender or creditor, to the next one, then they're likely to stick very close to what other lenders have lent to you in a very similar exposure rate, because that's what they've seen you handle. So the only way to really treat this last ingredient or get around it is relationship banking. Why? Relationship banking is going to offer that institution more data points on you. So let's just say lender number 4 from the last example, it happens to be an institution you're banking with as well. Now they can look at all of your deposit behavior, spending behavior, how you manage your money, income, cash flow. They literally have the ability to see under the hood and, okay, this person manages their entire financial portfolio well, or at least the one we can see with us. And in that case, that's when you'll have that fourth lender come along and extend you 200, 300, 400% more in borrowing capacity than previous lenders because they have more data. So relationship banking is a huge key ingredient to you elevating yourself to high credit limit status because you're giving lenders more data points. And it's ideal if you go lender to lender, building a full relationship with them for at least a 90-day period, 60, 90, 120-day period of time. While you're waiting on your credit to heal from the last inquiry, and anyway, you could be building banking relationships as you move forward. So after relationship banking, our next major ingredient is one that I really wanted to spend a few minutes on, and that is a stable and increasing income. All of the first 3 ingredients are almost completely irrelevant if you don't have a stable and increasing income, because that's the guts, the basis to your ability to repay. You can have a great credit report. You can have, decent limits from previous lenders. You can even have a great, strong banking relationship to some degree or had one in the past. But if you don't currently have an income at the time of your application, or your income is extremely shaky or it's decreasing, this is not a good sign to lenders, and they may limit what they lend to you or outright deny you depending on all the variables. Your income is very important, and it's one of the factors that you can control in many cases, depending on where your income comes from. You can control greatly, and it doesn't take a hell of a lot of time to do so, especially when it comes to credit cards. So one of the key components to applying for credit cards when it comes to the income portion is what's allowed to be accepted as income. Many people don't realize, but they're extremely flexible with what's considered income on credit card applications. Number one, most times they take stated income. They're literally taking your word for it. I don't recommend that you lie or, oversell the truth or whatever the case may be, because they can financially audit you at any point in time. You have to come up with receipts for what you put on your application. And application fraud is a big deal. So I don't recommend it. But at the end of the day, they are trusting your word when it comes to your application. They're allowing you to claim W-2, 1099, investment income, dividend, rental income, retirement income, Social Security, public assistance. If you have income coming into your bank accounts from other people, you can count that as income on your credit card application legitimately. You can also count anyone who's helping to contribute to your bills on a regular basis, or a part of your household that has an income and is over the age of 21. It's literally open season when it comes to income on your credit card application. And so many of you may be selling yourself short on your credit card applications because you're just strictly thinking your W-2 job or your 1099 income. At the end of the day, you have tremendous value that you can add to that application by counting and thinking about every proven or verifiable form of income you have coming in. Another hack that I've been teaching on this channel and in several other videos is you actually can control your income a different way. What I've simply broken down is a strategy where you can take small lump sum of money or savings, whether it be inheritance, bonus from work, overtime that you've saved up, tips and commission you've saved up, $3, $5, $7, $10,000 at a time, tax returns. You can take this money, create a business entity, set up payroll in the business entity once you set up the business bank account, of course, and deposit that money in and have that payroll get paid back out to you in the form of a W-2. Completely legitimate, completely legal, completely acceptable by banks, and completely acceptable as income on your applications. This allows you to take your already existing income sources and now add that chunk of money on top, spreading it out over the course of the year, maybe taking you from $40,000 to $45,000 a year, or $70,000 to $75,000 or $80,000 a year. This is a powerful, simple, and effective strategy that can allow you to scale your income overnight, damn near, and giving you access to high limit credit funding, because now Every time you go to apply for a new credit card or every time you go to apply for a credit limit increase, you can put down a higher income, even if it's $3,000, $5,000 a year. Makes a significant difference, and you can do it legitimately, because you are using these various tactics to increase your income as often as humanly possible. A few $100s a month, $300, $400, $500, $600 a month can go a long way. So high limit credit funding is a sweet science. When you get it down pat, you can get access to thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars in capital, allowing you a cushion of support for financial emergencies, access to purchase protections, amazing benefits with earnings, rewards, and points, and pretty much the biggest reason, access to capital to get into business, expand your business, and get into investments. This is the bread and butter of our economy. If you participate in this properly, you can get rich in a very short window of time. Thank you for tuning in. I want you to comment down below. Let me know what your experience has been when it comes to credit cards and high limit credit funding on personal or business credit. I want you to comment down below. Let me know, are you on this journey brand new, or you've been on it for a while and you have tactics and tips you want to add to this video and add some value to our other viewers down in the comments. Let us know. Drop them down below. As always, I appreciate bringing y'all this content. This is JP from Blueprint for Prosperity checking out. I want y'all to stay focused, stay in motion. I'll see y'all soon.